Long, lanky fighter.
Smith showing that he can take a shot and then come back. It's a huge victory for him. Time now for the tail of the tape. Foxworth, 25 years old. Smith, 21. He will have a 5-inch height advantage, 3-inch advantage in the arms, and 2.5 inch longer in the legs. Once again, for the fighter introductions, back to Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA welterweight division. It is brought to you by Private Internet Access. For safe browsing, always use protection. Download the PIA app today. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This boxer wrestler stands 5'11", weighed in 168.8 pounds. He holds a professional record, 6 wins, 4 defeats, with 3 wins coming by way of knockout, 1 via submission. Training out of Team Redemption and fighting out of Hot Springs, Arkansas, Chauncey, the Machine Foxworth. His opponent fighting out of the red corner is a jiu-jitsu specialist standing 6'4", weighed in 169.8 pounds. He holds a professional record, 8 wins, 1 defeat, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout, 6 via submission. Training out of R1 MMA and fighting out of Choctaw, Oklahoma, Braden H.P. Smith. Your referee in charge of the action, as always tonight, Kevin Nix.
All right, fighters, I expect a good, clean fight. Touch gloves, go to corners, be warriors.
Moving to the LFA welterweight division. Chauncey Foxworth, black shorts, blue tape. Braden Smith, white shorts, red tape. Smith was saying, Pat, hey, I'm starting off too slow. The first 30 seconds, I'm too slow.
Got to keep that chin down also. Shorter guys throwing those overhand rights. He learned a hard lesson last time. Was lucky to be able to come back and win that fight. Submission, lucky to be awake after that right hand he got hit with. He wants to get this fight to the ground and get a submission, obviously.
Yeah, it was a very impressive comeback by Smith. Went out to choke Manny Moraz out with a Darce choke.
Switching off to a single here, see what he does with it. Now he goes to the double. Got those long arms to be able to wrap around, but Foxworth, good job getting the underhook and ripping that arm up.
Smith thought that his opponent, Foxworth, would bum rush him, make it ugly. Said, if that happens, I will take him down. If not, I'll stay on the feet.
Smith trying to control that free arm, and then Foxworth grabbing his wrist. Nice job working the leg with the knees.
Foxworth, a tough fighter, too.
Chauncey fighting back, putting Smith back against the cage here, working those legs again. That sort of stuff adds up in a fight.
You bet.
Gotta watch his neck here.
Foxworth's been very active this year, too. This is already his 4th fight of the year. And he knows how to finish quickly. 6 of his 10 fights have ended in the first round.
Smith was going for the neck again.
Well, the longer this fight goes, better for Foxworth. We have not seen Smith go into the later rounds.
Good. Hits in now. Hits in. Lock on his low back. There you go.
Foxworth, a little wild there.
Yeah, but he's coming forward, staying active here. Trying to land that overhand right.
Foxworth slips. Low kick from Smith. Now he goes upstairs and Foxworth attacks.
Nice job covering the gap. He just went right after that kick.
Smith looking for space, and Foxworth gets a shot through. Another low kick from Smith.
Oh,
big right from Foxworth. Follows it up with a knee.
Chauncey landing those low kicks also. Oh, ate a shin bone on that right after the right hand.
And Smith shoots in. Right hand followed by that kick from Foxworth.
Smith had enough of this, getting punched and kicked in the head.
Smith shot in quickly.
Chauncey, nice job ripping him back up high again. Got to get those arms up high so he can't control his hips. Hunting the neck. Oh, losing position. Yeah. Never like seeing a fighter do that.
And Smith ends up on his back and Foxworth making him pay. Foxworth in the guard of Smith. For the latest Access TV Fights rankings, go to access.tv/fightrankings. Update them after every show. 1 minute to go, round
Chauncey
one.
doing a good job landing strikes. He's got him pinned up against the cage, which is smart against a tall fighter like this, so he can get to his head a lot easier. He's got him crumpled up.
Foxworth
Going for a leg lock.
And Smith grabbing the leg,
get moving. Going for a toe hold here.
30 seconds ago, round one. Smith told us he likes the leg locks. He already got a toe hold victory in Legacy. Furious pace here in round number one.
Braden Smith's getting throttled because of that pulling guard guillotine maneuver.
Smith holding him tight, not letting Chauncey Foxworth get any distance to drop some of those big bombs. Braden Smith is slow to get back to his stool. DeJuan Pinckney, Team Redemption in the corner of
Foxworth. Beautiful job landing the overhand right there, and he comes back again and follows up really well. Here's the overhand, which feeds that head directly into the shin bone. A lot of times if you hit him, it'll drop the head over to that side to make their face a catcher's mitt for that shin bone. And it made it worse for Smith. He ducked right into it, and then he followed up great when Smith made that huge mistake, tactical error of dropping the guard with a guillotine attempt. I hate seeing fighters do that, losing position in fights. And he gave the round away doing that.
We check out Pat Miletich's scorecard and gives that first round to Chauncey Foxworth, the underdog.
Only person arguing with that is Smith's mom.
Yeah, that's about right. Round two scheduled 4-3. Chauncey Foxworth. Blue tape, Braden Smith in the red tape.
Chauncey all over him.
Foxworth, the former football player, he used to weigh 250 when he played football, now fighting at 170, but he's pure power.
Yeah, used to carrying that kind of weight and then dropping down. You're going to be a strong guy.
Fighters teeing off. Foxworth gets a big shot through.
Smith's legs collapsed. He was starting to fall, and Foxworth dove into him basically and held him up, I think. He was going. Chauncey needs to push off again and flurry.
Braden Smith ate that shot. But as we saw in his previous fight, he can take a strike and keep coming. 21 years old, though, that's not the fighting style you want to have for a long career in MMA.
No. Oh, he finally snuck that in here. Let's see if he goes for it again. I would advise him not to pull guard again. Foxworth, his head out of there. They're slugging there.
Wow, throwing gloves. Braden Smith's corner yelling for Braden to take Foxworth to the ground.
You know, when Foxworth's that close and they're slugging, Smith needs to switch up from punches to elbows. You know, if you're going to trade punches in that distance with a shorter guy, you might as well turn it into elbows against punches. Do a lot more damage.
Foxworth knees to the thighs. Smith's thighs were already pretty red after that first round.
Foxworth doing a good job collapsing that left shoulder in on the arm, taking power away from his grip. You can see that collapse in the arm, screwing up the mechanics of that tie clinch.
Midway through the second.
Oh, he's cranking on that. Tried to feed it back through.
Smith with 6 wins via submission.
Chauncey keeps hanging out there with his head off to the side. You know, he's been able to get out of all of these, but now he's pulling guard again. I just don't know why he did that again. You'd think after that first round, getting pounded, he wouldn't do it again, but going for another leg lock.
I mean, Braden Smith will eat some shots. He goes for the leg lock. Foxworth
He's
in
cranking
trouble.
on that with everything he's got.
My.
He needs to turn that into a knee bar foot lock. Attack both joints at the same time. Makes it very difficult to defend.
Foxworth's leg was going in 3 different directions. And now Chauncey Foxworth.
This is called the Arkansas leg lock escape. Punch him in the face.
The machine, Chauncey Foxworth.
Got to get his foot out of there, man.
Yeah. Hammer fist to the side of the head of Smith. Foxworth continues to tee off. Smith just wants that submission, but he's paying for it.
Look, Foxworth completely off balance here. His legs caught up the wrong direction and still able to land heavy leather. It tells you how strong of a guy he is. Oh, knee bar here. No, back to a footlock attempt.
Smith
is paying a heavy price for these submission attempts.
Yes, he is.
Going back to that footlock. I guess that ankle's going to be sore tomorrow, I'll tell you that.
Chauncey Foxworth is a limber dude. So when you're judging this, Pat, I mean, Smith's going for the submissions, but it's Foxworth who's making him pay with the strikes.
I'm going damage, and that's obviously Foxworth. He's landed a million punches from the top here. Smith got to crunch this. He might be in trouble here. Foxworth looked a little scared there. Got his weight back on the foot. Got to keep his weight on the foot.
And Chauncey Foxworth survives the submission fest from Braden Smith. Make sure to follow us on Twitter. We are at Pat Militich, at Access TV Fights, at R Kruk, and at Microphone Theme.
Great round of action there. Foxworth, close proximity. Remember, he's the shorter guy, shorter limbs, more effective on the inside because Smith's not changing up the knees and elbows there. And Smith saying, you know, I'm going to go for the leg lock. I'm on bottom. He missed the guillotine again, gave up position again, but doing a good job attacking the legs. The only problem with attacking the legs, if you don't have good position while you're doing it, this is what happens. You receive a lot of heavy leather from the guy on top. And credit also to Chauncey being able to punch from an awkward position with a lot of power.
And as Pat said, the damage was too much. Chauncey Foxworth, according to the UFC Hall of Famer, is up 2 rounds to nothing. Let's quickly get an update from Phoenix and Foxworth's corner.
Chauncey's corner is basically saying that Smith is going to come out desperate with everything he has, so he's got to calm down, keep his breath, and keep putting pressure on him.
Thanks, Phoenix. This is the first time that we see Braden Smith from this position. 3rd and final round. LFA welterweight division.
Not letting Foxworth put the pressure on him and get him against the cage and pound on him this time. Losing 2 rounds in a row. He's got to get a submission or a KO. He's choosing the submission route here. Chauncey better get himself out of this position. Nice.
And nice transition from Foxworth, who ends up on top in Smith's guard. And continues with the hammer fist. This is what he's done all fight long.
Kick off! Braden, kick off his body! Kick off! Kick off his body, Braden.
They're telling Smith to kick off, but his legs are so long he's having trouble getting them in there, I think. Chauncey staying close here.
Smart plan. Smith knows how to end a fight via submission. 6 of 8 wins coming that way.
Chauncey staying out of those submissions. Nice job getting past. Shorter guy cross sides here. Bad news for the tall guy.
I mean, at this point, though, Pat, are you playing with fire if you're Foxworth to stay in this spot?
He hasn't been threatened on the ground at all. He's seen every submission coming. I think he knows exactly what he's doing now. Smith is getting handled.
Foxworth using that power to keep Smith at bay, and then just hammer fist galore. Under 3, third and final round. Smith's corner feels Foxworth is getting tired and might be able to capitalize at this point.
I'm not seeing it.
No, me either. Man, just going to town on those ribs.
Triangle attempt here.
This is what I'm talking about. This is dangerous.
Foxworth blocking everything. He's blocking everything out. Got to keep that. Look at his posture, doing a good job. Playing the drum there.
Man, just echoing through the Fire Lake Arena. It's like he's hammering in nails to the side of Braden Smith. We'll feel that tomorrow.
He's going to feel a lot tomorrow.
Another submission attempt from Smith, denied.
Legs are slipping off of everything. Foxworth sees everything coming, see him pull that arm out real quick. I mean, the submission attempts right now to Foxworth are little distractions from what he's doing.
Harry Potter needs to do some magic here if he's going to pull this one out. It's all Chauncey Foxworth right now. No, we talked about
he's trying to dig for another leg lock there. He's going to get pounded if he does it.
Under a minute to go. Pat, we talked about the quick turnaround. Braden Smith was one of those guys, just fought 35 days ago. We saw that fight. He took a big shot. He was able to recover.
It's that roller coaster. It's the training camps and the close proximity of fights that screw you up. A lot of fighters, I mean, Jeremy Horn used to be able to do it, but he is just teeing off on him right now.
Chauncey
the referee
Foxworth
can stop this at any time.
Looking to end this fight, and he does, right on cue.
He was on the way to
our
it.
stat guys were keeping counts of hammer
My
fists.
goodness.
Oh my God.
He was on the way to a 10-8 round on that one.
Without a doubt, Pat.
Chauncey Foxworth looked great, man. And with a name like that, when he decides to start coaching, I think he should call his gym Harvard MMA.
Well done, old chap.
Professor Chauncey Foxworth.
It is the fanciest name in MMA. Well, he will enjoy seeing the highlights from this one, Pat.
I mean, this was basically every time they were on the ground, Foxworth just teeing off on him, whether there was a submission attempt or not. Foxworth unrelenting, just pounding him out. Referee had seen enough. Time to end it.
The underdog, Chauncey Foxworth, known as the Machine, was a machine tonight. And a dejected Braden Smith, who came in with a lot of hype behind him, 8-1, looking to crack into the Access TV top 5 welterweight rankings, but that's not going to happen after Chauncey Foxworth took it to him.
Beautiful performance.
You saw Foxworth back at LFA 4. He got the win that night over Nick Jackson, and now he improved the LFA record to 2-0.
Braden Smith needs to go back to the drawing board, take some time off, clean some things up.
Braden Smith's a young fighter.
Yeah.
He'll be back, and so is Foxworth, 25 years old.
The only guy that I knew that could do quick turnaround fights like that was Jeremy Horn, and he did it his whole career.
Yeah. Gumby. Talk about a submission whiz. That was Jeremy Horn. All right, let's make it official and go back to Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Kevin Nix, calls a stop to the fight. 4 minutes, 31 seconds into the third round for your winner by TKO referee stoppage, Chauncey the Machine Foxworth.
2-0 in the LFA and 7-4 overall. Chauncey Foxworth is with Phoenix.
Chauncey, we are calling you the fanciest name in MMA. Very fun fight, very exciting fight. He threw 1 million submission attempts at you. Talk about that.
I was prepared. Me and my team, we're prepared for whatever. We're going to have to die tonight. Yeah. That's whatever. Die or win. One of the two. One of the two. One thing I got to give shit out to my sponsors. Mac Fencing Deck out of Hot Springs. Tidal Wave Creative out of Hot Springs. And Latest Landing out of Hot Springs. Thank you, God. Thank my family supporters, Hot Springs, Arkansas. We in this, I ain't gonna say the B word. We in this place, baby. Coach Bob, thank you, Coach Bob Edmonds. Coach DeJuan Pickney.
Congratulations. Congratulations on a great win. We appreciate it.
All right, see y'all. Lay out.
Good show, old chap. Chauncey Foxworth, as Phoenix said, the fanciest name in MMA. More LFA 18 beatdowns.